Day four, learning to trust your inner guidance, and you are doing awesome. You are awesome, and I am Jacqueline. And this is exciting to see the ahas that some of you are already getting, and I hope you are one of them. So day one was about noting what you actually believe about your inner guidance system and seeing in that respect of what is your foundation of how your inner guidance works. The second step was to say your body is that barometer, and your body has a feeling of moving you forward or holding you back, right? Or slamming on the brakes. So your body is that barometer guiding you, and your inner guidance is within your body. So we talked that maybe we'll call it your heart and the sense, but it is your whole being that is moving you forward in one way or the other, and you're having feelings and experiences related to that. The third one was the fact that you are actually a vibration and you're receiving thoughts. So the idea from the past that you've learned that your brain thinks them and you think these thoughts and you have to adjust your mindset and you got to release your beliefs and you got to uncover them or deal with the stuff. It's like, hold on, I received that thought. Is that thought working for me? No, I can turn it off. I can disconnect it. I can change the channel. Okay? So on day four, what's happening? Day four is you are here with your whole day planned, probably, with a to-do list all ready to happen. And the question is, now's the time to start to practice. Are all these things in your highest and best good? Right? Is everything that you plan today where you're supposed to be for your highest and best good? So, yeah, you might be going like, what? I have all this stuff planned. Of course I've got to do it. So the magic that happens when you can learn to trust your inner guidance is you do allow the inner guidance and the universe to work in all areas. Okay, so if you actually wake up today, you have a huge to-do list to do, you have it all planned out, and then you discover that it's the most extraordinary day, and what your heart desires really is just to go take a walk in the forest, or be by the beach, or just to, just to be by yourself for a while in nature, however that is. It could be just sitting looking at nature from your car having a coffee, okay? There could be whatever your experience is. And that's what your heart's desire is, and it's saying, yes, go. And you're going, no, I can't, because you're listening to these thoughts that you're receiving that say, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to do this. So today, your experience is to take the thoughts you're receiving, to stop and ask your inner guidance. So whatever it is that you need to do, and you just say, inner guidance, I'm asking you to clearly communicate with me. Is this for my highest and best good? And then notice what you're feeling. If it's this lovely, awesome feeling that says, yes, yes, this is what you're supposed to do, then say, so what do I need to do? Right? And they go, cancel that appointment that you were going to do. And you'll discover that when you cancel that appointment, that you actually still might encounter some other thoughts you're receiving related to that, but that's part, again, of trusting and having faith that the universe is working for you, that the universe is connecting everything. And even maybe when you're canceling that appointment, that person on the other end could be saying, hold on, I planned my whole day around it. But there could also be the fact that something else is going to happen in their life between now and then that they don't even know about. You never get to play that game if you never allow yourself to be guided. So earlier today, I was talking with Beloved about the journey of awakening. We were talking about time, and so many people think they have no time. They have little time. They have, this much time. And I was saying that that idea shows how much they think of the universe. You can talk all you want about this great oneness and this magnificence, and you can create anything. But if you can't even allow yourself to create 5 minutes, an hour, then you have limited the entire universe. You have boxed it in. And that's what so many people do. They have this little box from all the things they've learned of what they think the universe is and how it is, and what they're thinking. And the box says, when I get through this, or when I deal with this, or when I overcome this, then I can break out of the box. I can be Jacqueline out of the box. And I'll experience something else. But you're asking for this up here, but you're still living in this box. So then the concept is releasing, removing your mindset, and working through all that. And what I'm saying is, just stop for a moment and ask what your inner guidance says. Experience what your inner guidance says. It says, yes, go to the meeting. Absolutely go to the meeting. You go to the meeting. And you feel good because you're feeling, yeah, my inner guidance telling me going to the meeting, it's going to obviously be for my best, and it's going to be exciting, versus feeling, oh, I wish I was outside. Now you know your inner guidance is saying, hey. So you look at it and you go, if I trust my inner guidance, there's a gift or blessing there for me. And life becomes more fun. Could be anything of your heart's desires that manifests along the way. Okay? So just this morning, for instance, Faith, my daughter, was saying that she had been listening to a radio station, and they have a special thing that's going on for Halloween, and she was wondering if she should contact them about donating tickets to the food bank. Okay, so she was wondering, she'd received this thought that this radio station had these tickets, right? And she's wondering if she should contact them, or when she should contact them was really the question. And then, poof, because she already knew she was to contact them, but that's what she was wondering when. And then this morning, she all of a sudden had the thought. They said, she was listening, and they said, call in with a scary story. And she's like, she heard the thought that says, you never get through. And she called. She followed through. She ignored it because she felt like this was her moment to call. So she called, and yes, it rang once. They picked up the phone. They heard her story. And it was funny because I'd forgotten about that story, and when she shared it again, and then they called her back almost, and they said, we'll put you, we'll consider you. And then they called her back and said, hey, you won 4 tickets. So she has tickets for herself, and then tickets to donate to the prizes for the food bank, what they're raising for Halloween for Hunger. So it can happen like that when you're in the moment. She could have called a few days before, and she might have not got through. She would have had a busy signal. She would have left a message. And this time goes like this as you're missing each other. I have written a blog about the time, too, where I had an issue with my car. And when we first came to Prince Edward Island, and I was wondering who to trust. And, where do I go? What station? What gas station? What maintenance place? And, I tuned in. I asked my inner guidance, what do? I got a name of someone that I had met over the summer and said, call him. And I asked, do I call him now? And it was like, no. And so I was like, okay. And so the next day I tuned in and said, do I call him now? And it was no. I had 3 days of no. And then it was like, yes, call him now. On the third day it was, yes, call him now. When I called, he immediately answered. He said, bring the car by. Let me know when you're coming back into town. Basically, it looked like this. We drove into town. I called him, said I was into town. Within, I don't know, almost 30 seconds. He's like, hey, I'm right here. Poof, he drives in. He checks in the parking lot. He says, come to my house. I go to the house, and he says, oh, you need this. Go get the part. I went to go get the part. I came back. When I came back to the house, poof, right when I pulled in, I hear this thump, right in his driveway, right where he would fix the car. And I said, something just happened to my car. And he's like, because he was going to work on the oil pan. He's like, did the oil pan fall out? And we look in the car's like this. The ball joint of the car had broken off. The ball joint. And the two of them just stood there and went like, whoa, who is looking out for you? Most people's ball joints break on the highway and they spin off into the ditch. They lose control and they hit another car. There usually is never a safe place for a ball joint to break. And for your ball joint to break right there in my driveway, basically, right where I would fix the car, they were just like, who is watching out for you? And I was like, God. God is looking out for me. because I believe everything happens. Now, here's the other part of that scoop, because you haven't written the blog, was I was actually told about 3 weeks prior that I had an issue with my ball joint, and I said, I'm just not feeling it. I don't agree with you. I think you're just wanting me to get maintenance done, because I just turned a quick corner and the car was fine. And so I still drove from Toronto back to Prince Edward Island and back and forth. So I put I don't know, 2,000, 1,800, over 2,000 kilometers on the car between when I was told to get it fixed and when it actually broke right in the spot where it was to be fixed. And the next day, it was all fixed and all was all good, and it was just done within a couple of hours. So when you're in the right time at the right place, everything works, and that is all related to your inner guidance. So if you have yet to get present to your inner guidance today, let's do that. Just asking for a happy thought. And repeat after me or with me. Remember that your hands are open, ready to receive, and your legs are uncrossed. In that beautiful, happy space. I am asking for my inner guidance to clearly communicate with me for my highest and best good in each and every moment. And I'm asking to be open to receive this communication in each and every moment for my highest and best good. Thank you. And again, just notice how you're feeling right in that 1 minute that you tune in. How your body feels. What you believe is what you end up seeing in the world. So I totally see a beautiful world that allows you and me and every other person on this planet to trust confidently their inner guidance, to completely love the journey to their heart's desires, to be amazed and awed, excited, and living in their best whole new world, your best whole new world, my best whole new world. Just like everybody can have an online business, everybody can have their own blog, everybody can have their best whole new world. You are perfect, unique, and wonderful just the way you are. Tap in, tune in, and today, just ask for each appointment, each aspect on your to-do list, each item on your to-do list, if it's in your highest and best good. And notice what your body's feeling. That's the exercise today. Enjoy, and I look forward to interacting with you in the Facebook group.